that's the truth. I never got married because I knew my mom needed me.
Marlon Wayans recently revealed why he's never been married, and the reason he gave for it is pretty shocking and has everyone questioning him. So without wasting any time, let's dive straight into this story. During an interview with the New York Times, Marlon spilled the tea on why he's never gotten married and why he probably never will. Obviously, some people simply don't ever see themselves walking down the aisle, and most of the time, the reasons they give for this are pretty valid. Not to say that Marlon's reason isn't valid or anything like that, but his reason has everyone questioning him for all the wrong reasons. Marlon said that he never got married because he didn't want his mother to be jealous of any woman, feel insecure because of any woman, or feel second to any woman. Although his mother has passed away, he intends to keep his word. According to Marlon, his mother was a very needy person, and while she was passing away, he told her that he always wanted her to be his number one girl, and those were his last words to her. But even though Marlon isn't married, and for the most part has no intention of getting married, that doesn't mean that he hasn't been in relationships. As a matter of fact, he's been in multiple relationships. And at one point in time, everyone thought that one of those relationships, namely the one he had with Angela Zackery, would lead to marriage. But it didn't. Not because of Marlon's promise to his mother, but because he actually cheated on Angela in one of the worst ways possible. For a little bit of background, Marlon and Angela started dating way back in the 90s. They dated for 9 years and welcomed their first child, Kai, together in 2001. 2 years after this, they had their son, Sean, and life just kept getting better for them. Or at least that's what it looked like. For the most part, Marlon and Angela preferred to keep their life really private and far away from the public eye. This is why most people assume that they were actually married. And since they preferred to keep their business private, they never bothered making any corrections. That was until their split. Marlon and Angela continued to live in their private and happy bubble until everything came crashing down on them in 2013, all thanks to Marlon. There's no denying that at his peak, Marlon was one of the most loved celebrities on the planet. In most people's eyes, he could do no wrong. But all of that changed in 2013. Thanks to his scandal, he made the list of the most hated celebrities in the world. After being in a relationship with Angela for years and having 2 kids with her, Marlon betrayed her in the worst way possible by cheating on her. He was seen vacationing on a luxury boat in St. Barts with a mystery woman who was definitely not Angela. They were too close to just be friends and were too comfortable holding hands. The craziest part is that they were doing all of this in the open, as if they didn't care about what other people had to say. Now, I know what you might be thinking. What if he and Angela actually broke up before this happened? Well, the fact is that they didn't, because less than a month before this happened, Marlon confirmed that he and Angela were still very much a couple while making an appearance on The Wendy Williams Show. He made it clear that they were still an item by saying yes when asked if they were still together. He even took it a step further by saying that they lived together, which wasn't true, because they had never lived together at any point in their relationship. This was because Marlon wanted to, quote unquote, keep things fresh between them. And let's not forget that the weekend before his cheating scandal was exposed to the whole world, he sent out some tweets with a picture of Angela and the kids. So when the news of him cheating on her got out, everyone began to question his reasons for not wanting to live in the same house as her. Did he really want to keep their relationship fresh? Or did he just want enough space to cheat right under her nose? Either way, Marlon was caught with a much younger woman, clearly having the time of his life. They couldn't keep their hands off of each other, even when they were in front of other people. And Marlon obviously wanted to treat this mystery woman well, which I guess might be why he took her to a villa where the pricing started at $930 a night. After this whole thing came out, it was announced that Marlon and Angela went their separate ways. For years, Marlon never gave a reason as to why he did what he did. I mean, when you've been in a relationship with a person for over 13 years and have 2 children with them, the least you could do is explain why you decided to cheat on them publicly. But Marlon never really bothered to give a reason why. And whenever the issue was brought up, he either ignored it or swept it under the rug like it wasn't important. The best explanation he gave for this incident came in 2016 when he explained that right after the pictures of him and his mystery woman went public, Angela and the kids physically attacked him. It seems like after this incident, he tried mending their relationship, but he didn't get the response that he wanted from her. Apparently, he expected her to still want to be with him despite everything that had happened. In his words, we all make mistakes in life, and for you to love someone, you have to love them through their mistakes. But Angela didn't see things the same way. And if we're being honest here, at the time, no one really saw it that way. Marlon got a lot of hate for what he did to Angela, and ever since their breakup, Marlon hasn't been in any other official relationships. But unofficially speaking, he's been rumored to have dated Jennifer Hudson. It all started right around the time their movie Respect was released. Initially, it seemed like they just hung out a lot simply for promo reasons. But the more time they spent together, the more people started to believe that there was something more going on between them. During an appearance on the Jennifer Hudson show, Marlon even spoke spoke about how sad he was at the fact that Jennifer's son wasn't happy with him because of their kissing scene in the movie. It seemed like he was trying his best to get David's approval. And maybe he wanted David's approval because he wanted Jennifer's approval too. Either way, at the end of the day, the rumors about them dating slowly dried up. Since then, Marlon hasn't been linked to any other person. And considering how much he's been talking about how marriage and monogamy isn't for him, chances are that he might not be getting into any other relationships anytime soon. But what do you guys think? Do you think Marlon's gonna give love another shot, though he knows he wouldn't get married? Or do you think he'll most likely just stay single? Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below.